This is your #1 baby daddy, Mr. No Good, MrNoGood.com coming at you. Story's gonna be today about how girls, if you up pushing 30 and you still fucked up, you know, it's your fault. If you don't have a man or something, you having problems, it's your fault. So I'm gonna elaborate on that, give that maybe 2 seconds, maybe 2 examples. I'm gonna smoke for a second and I'll get back to you. Okay, let's get this going, baby. Alright. First, like I said, the title of this edition is, if you're a woman and you pushing 30 and up, and your situation's still fucked up, and you're talking about you don't have a man, and you're not where you need to be financially, guess what? You the one fucking up. It's probably your attitude. I realize that. Back in the day, I didn't. I used to think, oh, the men was the ones always fucked up, treating these poor women oh so bad, and oh, they just such the victim, when all that's bullshit. What it really is the good chicks, the smart ones that handling their business, doing what they gotta do, they get snatched up quick, young. Think about it. You go out there talking to girls and everything. Most of the women you see that got a nice car, looking good and look happy with themselves and with their lives, you holler whatever, you know, and they got a man or they married. You can see the ring on their finger and shit. You know, it's the sorry ones, or the ones with mental problems of some kind, that are the ones left past the age of maybe 25. Now if you're around 30 and you in medical school or something or whatever, and you're trying to get your shit together, you in residency and whatever, you know, you got to handle your business. But for this average chick out here with a regular job, out here ain't really doing shit but going to work and coming home every fucking day, and they sitting up here crying about how they don't have a man, then look at it. Think about it. Alright, I'll give you anything. I'll give you an example. This can be applied to a bunch of girls I know. Alright, I'll apply it to this one woman. She's 40 years old. She's 42 years old. Nice body, because she wasn't able to have kids, so she didn't pop out any kids, so her body's still kind of nice and all that. Nice, smooth, soft skin. You know how those older women, once they hit 40, they skin soften, the body soften a little bit. Ooh, and it's just smooth to the touch, and got nice titties and nice smooth stomach and beautiful juicy pussy. And another thing, when women hit 40, they sexual monsters. I mean, they just fucking like jackrabbits, man. Plus, they know what they want. When they get to 40 years old, they pass all that bullshit. When they want some dick, they say, I want the dick. And they get it. So that's how this woman was. You know, she, I known her for about a year. And, you know, we started messing around and shit. And, I mean, she just, before she even gave me any head, she already told me straight up when we were talking and shit, you know, about sex and all that. She was like, I don't have any problem giving no head. So she just told me off the bat she loves it. So, and she wasn't lying, because I mean, she just got the perfect suction. Plus she got real big, you know, soup cooler lips, and just sucking on your dick, and she just enjoys it so much. And then she like to juggle your balls, and I mean, she'll put them in her mouth and suck on them and just all that shit. And I mean, you can nut in her mouth, you can nut in all up in her, and that's another thing with this chick, what I liked about her. She can't have any kids. So, you know, I was just loving kicking it with her, because, you know, I could bust nuts all day up in that. Didn't have to worry about nothing. So she was cool, hung out with her a little bit. Got to know her and everything. The only problem was she always seemed to say how she didn't like how her life was going. She has a nice little job where, you know, it's like one of those work where she like watches. It's just like she just watches people that are like mentally retarded and stuff. So, and you like, she has to be in the home overnight and all that kind of shit. So it's a sweet job. They got the TV with cable and watch DVDs. She's up in there all night, whatever. She can do whatever she wants, everything. So I go up there, you know, we kick it, you know, everything. But she always said how she was never had any money. She's always complaining about money, and even though she never asked me for a dime, I'll give her that. And she never even hinted. You know how chicks don't ask you for some money, but they kind of hint. She didn't even hint, so it was all good. So, you know, when she's sucking the dick and juggling the balls in her mouth, you know, she doing that for the love of it. She ain't doing it for profit or none of that shit. You know, she can cook real good too. She keeps the house running smooth. Come over and, you know, cook good, clean up, you know, pick up after you, put shit up for you. And I need a woman that picks up after me and shit, because I'm a sloppy motherfucker. She pick up all that, just real cool. But she always fucking complained. Her car wasn't working. Or she couldn't, just always complaining. So I went over there yesterday. And I just realized this about her. I went over there yesterday and, you know, kicked it with her and everything. I haven't seen her in a while, so I kicked it. And, you know, I kind of wanted to rekindle that shit. You know, go over there and see her here and there and all that. She was like, cool. And she was talking about how she had a lead on a car. She got a car, a lead on, she's going to buy from her girlfriend's boyfriend. And it's a $450 car. And she always taking the bus to work and all that shit and all that. So she's going to get the car. So, whatever. I don't know why I'm talking about that shit. But anyway. Alright. So I said, alright. Do you have any, you got the money for the car? She was like, yeah, but I'm like $150 short. So she been sucking my dick good for a year, fucking me good, doggy style, on top, cooking, cleaning, all that shit, and I ain't never gave her a dime. So I'm like, fuck it, I gave her $100. I'm like, here, we'll just go ahead and get the car, put that towards to get the car and everything. She's like, oh, thank you, all the bullshit, blah, blah. Then, that night ends, we kick it. Today, I call her during the daytime, so she works overnight. She doesn't work in the daytime. I call her. She is drunk as hell and loud as a motherfucker and ignorant. And I've never heard this woman talk like this ever in the whole year I talked to her. Now, how come all of a sudden, after I give her $100 to go towards her car, I call her the next day? I mean, there's noise in the background. Niggas and women screaming and everything, yelling, and she just loud as fucking drunk, kicking it like a motherfucker. So, you know what I think? She didn't even put it towards that car. So what she gonna do now is start whining and talking about later how she don't have money for the car. But you know, well, I can't say that shit because she ain't bought the car yet, so I have to see. But anyway, it shows you. She always complaining about not having a car and not doing this, but when you give somebody the opportunity to get what the fuck they need, they blow it because they so dumb, they just want to blow it on bullshit. So then I say, well, like I said, I'm gonna rekindle that shit with her, rekindle the relationship and all that. So I'm about to go over there today. I call her. Well, like I said, I called her. She was drunk as fuck. I told her I'm at the video store. I said, what video do you want to see? She said she wanted to see A Man Apart. So I go get A Man Apart. I get the motherfucker, and I get Carlito's Way. I got the shit. Now I come back, and I said, well, I'll call you when you get to work later on that night. So after I get all my work done today, rushing and shit, then I go upstairs and I take a good shower and I scrub my nuts and I powder my balls with some baby powder. Got my ass crack powder so there's no sweat up in that motherfucker. Powder all over me, smelling good. Got the cologne, everything. Got Carlito's Way and A Man Apart. I got the weed, the liquor, everything. And I'm on my way out the door. Call this heifer. I said, all right, well, so what's up? You still want me to come through? I was just calling as a formality. She talking about, I think I just want to relax tonight. I'm like, okay, baby. Now, she, like I told you, she got a job where all the fuck she got to do is sit on the couch and watch TV. Nobody, bosses come there to check on her or nothing. She can sleep, do whatever the fuck she want. And she been complaining all the goddamn time about she don't have a social life. And she's always at work and the hours. And she's just there by herself. And now she got to celebrate New Year's by herself up in there. And just all this kind of bullshit. So today I call her to say, what's up? She talking about she need to rest. But you know what? You know she ain't have to rest. What she had to do was juggle some niggas' balls in her mouth. Some other niggas' balls in her mouth. So I'm sitting up in this motherfucker with a heart right now as we speak, nuts powdered and smelling motherfucking country field fresh, ready to get these motherfuckers juggled because my nuts is swole. I gotta bust a nut probably after I make this tape. Recording this shit somehow, so I'm gonna have to hit the streets. It's bullshit. So now I see it ain't got shit to do with her having a bad life. It's her fucking bad attitude and spending money on one thing when you're supposed to spend it on another and not handling your fucking business. But I'll give it to her. She does make the house run smooth when she around, you know, all that kind of shit. And all women don't do that shit. You know, a lot of women, you know, if you in the house with them, I swear to God, they just try to wreck the motherfucking house. But anyway, like I was saying, alright, I'm kind of fucked up, so I don't know which way I'm going with this. But, like I said, if a woman is telling you something, telling you a sob story about how she was abused or she was in her life and how her man always fucking her over and all that kind of stuff, is because she probably picking that man that's gonna fuck her over because that's what she wants. So if you men out there got some woman telling you some sob story about how she has relationship problems and she was beat up in life and her man was kicking her ass and all that kind of shit, I guarantee you she is telling that same story to at least 2 other niggas to see which nigga gonna bite and come save her. And if that nigga, one of them niggas bite and come save her, you best believe that your ass is kicked to the curb. And then if something happened when the other nigga come and save her and shit, and now the shit's all fucked up and treating her just as bad as the last nigga she was with, and then she called back to calling you crying about how her shit is fucked up, just tell her, say, fuck that shit. You want to pick bad niggas? Go with them. These girls pick bad. They choose them. It ain't got shit to do with their situation. Shit to do with how they treated. They want those niggas who's gonna fuck them over. So don't be believing these chicks. Now, if they like 18, with college and school, still young, don't know what's going on with relationships, you know, you can believe that kind of side story shit about they can't find the right man. But if that woman is 25 and up, believe me, you may not see it right now, but somehow, some way, that woman is fucked up in the head. With the exception of her man died or something. She a widow or something. Other than that, she 25 and up, her brain is retarded. I'm telling you. And I don't and believe it. I don't care how good she's sucking your dick. I don't care how good the pussy is. I don't care if she's giving you threesomes with other bitches. I don't care if she letting you run around, letting some other bitch suck your dick while she patting her on the back saying, go on here, baby. Suck that nigga's dick. Whatever she doing, she is fucked up. So now I'm going to go to back how a good woman could make a household go a little bit smoother than a woman who's going to bring chaos into the house. So I got to take me another puff of weed, and I'll get back to you, and I'll finish playing this song, and I'll get back to you and tell that shit. Won't find it surprising. Because with some people, no matter what you do, you still ain't shit. And that's the same thing that was with my ex. Why? And I know I talked about it last episode, but this girl gives me so much damn material routinely that I could talk forever. But anyway, like I was saying about how a woman can have the house running smoothly. With the older lady, she could have shit picked up, cooked, clean, make sure everything's straight. She never complained. I never had to explain shit to her. If I was going to fuck with some other hoes, I didn't have to say nothing. I didn't have to explain anything about my business, about my money, nothing. She didn't give a damn as long as I made sure I got her a pack of Newport 100s in the box and some Miller Genuine Draft. You get her that, she happy, and she gonna suck your dick right and ride that dick right. So even though she a little bit flaky and shit, she's still the kind of person that, in general, when she ain't flaky, that you could have in the house and shit and have stuff running smooth and be able to get your business going and make money and all that. Now my ex, on the other hand, ex-wife, ain't like that. And like I said last episode, how she was telling me how she was pregnant and all this kind of shit, and I didn't believe her, and she wouldn't let me give her a pregnancy test myself, wouldn't let me go to the supposed ultrasound with her, wouldn't send me any ultrasound pictures, all that shit. So after I told her she lying, and I ain't never putting my penis nowhere in the vicinity of her pussy again, well, I can't say never, but I swear to God, I am going to fucking try. I'm going to try, because when she said she was pregnant and now I know she ain't, it was like a brush with death. I just did not want to deal with all that bullshit, and I just didn't want to do it. But I was going to have to do it, because that's what a man does if he slips up. Now, thank God I didn't, and believe me, my penis stays in my pants, and this Vaseline mixed with olive oil and some porn videos is your good ass. That's a good woman for you, and it'll keep you out of trouble. But anyway, she never liked to have shit running smoothly in the house. If she was pissed off, she gonna break shit. She gonna throw shit. She gonna curse you out loud so the neighbors can hear. She gonna go in. One time, like, I had some glasses. I just bought some brand new glasses because I wear contacts. And you know, you gotta have glasses on sometimes in the house, or you're gonna be blind when you want to watch TV or some shit. So I just got some glasses, finally, so I don't have to keep my contacts in my eyes until they feel like sandpaper and shit. I go to work. She mad at me before I go to work. We argue. I come back. She done smashed my glasses on the motherfucking ground. Brand new. Why the fuck you gonna do that? Or if she pissed off, she one time she got pissed off, and I don't know if y'all my age. I'm 30. I'm in my 30s. Back in the day, McDonald's had a thing back when McDonald's and all the fast food places gave out real glasses, collector glasses, instead of this plastic shit like now. They gave out real glasses, and I had these, and they were like the Peanuts, Charlie Brown and all that shit. And I had broken all my glasses through childhood except one. And I didn't even drink out that motherfucking glass. Didn't even drink out of it because I didn't even want to break it. And she knew the importance of this fucking glass to me. So one time we arguing. She goes up into the kitchen. All of a sudden, I hear something glass smash all over the kitchen floor. I go in the kitchen. This crazy heifer done went in the cabinet, grabbed my peanuts glass, and she threw it on the ground with so much force it smashed into microscopic pieces. It wasn't none of that where it broke up into chunks. That shit exploded. It was gone. So I don't walk around with shoes in my house. I run in the kitchen. What the fuck going on? Bam, there's glass in my damn foot. Then she going through the cabinets, pulling out all this shit in the cabinets, all the food stuffs and all that shit that you keep in cabinets, and throwing it all over the goddamn floor. Throwing it all over the fucking floor. So in order to keep her, to stop her from acting any crazier, I bear hug her, drag her out the house. She go to the neighbors, calls the police. Police comes, and they don't arrest anybody, but they say, hey, you gotta let her back in the house. Y'all married and this is y'all's house. You gotta let her back in the house. And she has the right to destroy anything in the house that she wants to, including my shit. Now, I'll give her one thing. Now, she may throw shit at me and break everything, but she was still not crazy enough to touch my computer, because I already told her, I said, look, if you touch my computer, I'm going to go to jail, because I am going to whoop your motherfucking ass. She knew that, so she wasn't crazy enough to touch my computer. But anything else in the house was fair game. You don't need that kind of shit. You don't need it where she getting mad about something from her brother writing her a fucking letter in the, because he's in jail for 40-something years for robbing a bank for his second offense, doing the same goddamn thing. So you know kind of something is running genetic when you're going to do that shit twice. You're going to get 4 years for robbing a bank once. Then you're going to be out a year. Your parents going to hook you up with a job, new clothes, car, everything, and your dumb ass going to wait till they go on vacation, go try to rob another bank and get 44 years. That's stupid. So that's the kind of shit that's running in their family. So this nigga, when he writing her a letter from jail complaining about how shit fucked up, one time she came in, I'm sitting up here watching TV, she gonna go in the goddamn, she gonna have the letter in one hand, a lighter in the other. She trying to light the shit on fire and throw it in the trash basket in the living room, which is lined with a plastic bag full of dry paper. So she gonna damn near try to set the house on fire because she mad about something from her brother writing a goddamn letter? That is not keeping the house smooth. When I remember back in the day I used to work at the post office. You know, I do computer shit now, so I work at home. But back in the day I worked at the post office too, in addition to computer shit. So why do I come home when I'm working till 8 o'clock at night? Why do I gotta come home and my daughter, as soon as I walk in the door, my daughter like, I want something to eat. I'm like, damn, I just walked up in here. Where your mama at? She up in the bed sleep. Passed out. And my child was real little then, so she didn't really know what was going on. There's one time my daughter went and got chocolate sauce and was spraying chocolate sauce all over the goddamn house. Where was the mama at while I was at work and she was doing this? Upstairs sleep. That's the kind of shit I'm going through. Oh, and let me get back to it. Alright, the pregnancy. She gonna call me up and say, you know, after I already busted her in this lie, she gonna call me on the phone yesterday while I'm at that older chick's job, chilling with her. She gonna call me on the phone, trying to sound all distraught or something. I pick her, I say, hello. She's like, hi. I'm like, hello? She said, hello? I say, yes. She was like, I think I'm losing the baby. I'm like, for real? How you know? Because I'm having real bad cramps. I say, well, why don't you go to the hospital? Now, granted, she's out of state, so it's not like I'm just top of my car and handle business. She 500 miles away from me, calling me. I say, go to the hospital. How you gonna know you losing the baby and you not even at the hospital with the doctor giving you only the doctor can tell you if you're gonna lose this baby. Which I knew she wasn't even pregnant in the first fucking place. Then she gonna say, I'm at the hospital and I'll call you back, and hangs up. I haven't talked to her all day today either. Why in the world? Now, when you lie about a pregnancy, you can't just say you pregnant and then stop talking about it. Because a nigga gonna say, well, what's up with your stomach? What's up with your belly? Where the titty milk at? He gonna ask that. So the only way that I predicted this, the only way that she was gonna be able to get out of her lie of being pregnant was to somehow make her say that she lost the baby. So when she called me with that lost the baby shit, blah blah, and when I ask her for the doctor's note or whatever, anytime you go to a hospital, you're gonna get some paperwork in your hand, but she never gonna have no paperwork. Just because, and this is what I think it is. Now, she's been cool for the past 6 months. We've been divorced for a year. She's been cool for the past 6 months. Everything's cool. But I think this is what happened. Her friend, who she's known, her girlfriend, she's known, they're not gay or nothing. Her friend that they've known each other since they were like in early high school or junior high school, something. And her friend, she's big, she's as big as a double wide.